Welcome back everyone, we're here again at Willow Springs for round 6, a sprint race. Just had the feature race finished and it was MSRT Silver, this man right here, who took the win on debut from NGR MLV. Now we're into a very quick 5-minute qualifying session. Should get about 2 laps worth of qualifying in, so can mix the grid up a little bit if you don't get a good time on the board straight away. But was a very good feature race, and MSRT Silver 27 will be looking to do what everyone else has done so far this season. In the last 2 races, the winner of the feature race has taken the win in the sprint race as well. In the first 2 races at Watkins Glen Short, Whitford 0 took both race victories, and last week at Sonoma, NGR Lee took both race victories. So will MSRT Silver 27 be able to do likewise? This race is a shorter sprint race, 15 minutes of racing. Excuse me. Let's see how he does. He qualified in 4th or 5th, I think, last race, and was up to 2nd almost immediately. He got off the line really well. But let's just run through the grid for the sprint race. A few drivers have not returned after the feature race. MSRT Silver, MSRT Omega 33, MSRT Silver 27, NGR Lee, Whitford 0, Web User Johnny, Numpty Ned, MSRT Vega 19, JRB WD 66, NGR MLV, and a new driver, Larnica 666, who unfortunately I didn't realise I didn't have as a friend in the first race, but he's here as well. So hopefully he'll be one to watch, and he'll enjoy his race here on his debut in the same colours as Numpty Ned. Driver's doing about a 1 minute 35 lap time. Pole position was 1 minute 35.7 last lap. That last race that was set by NGR Lee, but it is MSRT Omega. Oh, Vulcan has rejoined. That's good to see. He's not. He's on an outlap. Okay. Let's see who's going to be the first across the line. Well, there we go. NGR Lee is provisionally on pole with a 35.1. That's an excellent time. A little bit of a slipstream, I think, was helped there. Vulcan has again left the session. I probably joined a little bit too late, unfortunately. Who's he got ahead of him? MMLE just behind him. Silver running wide, but so in 3rd, Whitford in 4th. Oh, he's got JRB just ahead of him. So JRB giving tow to NGR Lee and NGR MLV, so they'll be very grateful for that, as they are 1st and 2nd respectively. But this series is done on standard setups. Let's just have a little run on board. New driver, Larnica. Yeah, this series is on standard setups, so the drivers can either go for stable or loose settings. The assists are unrealistic, so there are no assists as it is. These are classic cars, no assists were there, so no assists are here. Damage on the visual, penalties are off, weather is clear. And as I said earlier, we're here at Sonoma, 2.5 mile track. And did you know, this track has never had a redesign. This is the way it has always been since 1953. So there's one for you. And another one, it's the oldest permanent racetrack in the United States. So there's 2 for you. Well, I'm good at giving stats. Don't know where I get them from. Maybe off the internet. But yeah, but you couldn't tell. Zarnica crosses the line for the final time. He's obviously given up on that lap. Who have we got to come around now? The final one will be Omega, currently sitting in 7th place. But it looks like it's going to be Lee that takes a second consecutive pole position. In fact, 4th consecutive pole position, because he got both poles last week as well. And he's 5th of the season. 5th pole out of 6 races this season is Lee. MLV second, Whitford up to 3rd, Silver starting from 4th again, but he's got a fast starting Whitford just ahead of him, who's going to look to make amends for his first race. Vega in 5th, Omega in 6th, Johnny 7th, Numpty Ned 8th, JRB in 9th, Larnaca in 10th, so we lost someone through that. No, we started with 11. Don't know who we lost though. Anyway, let's get on to the race. The guys will have a couple of minutes to their eyes now, as the time of day has changed. Glistening sun off their roofs. Forgot to change the time for qualifying. But there you go. So the action-packed first lap in the first race, in the feature race. So a couple of drivers falling over each other. But hopefully it will be all clean this time round. Got through turn 1 and 2 alright last race. It was the turn 3 and 4 section that everyone fell over. And here we go. Drivers are sinking in. And Lee on pole. Will everyone get away cleanly? Watch the second row, that's where we want to see, that's where we're going to see the best starts, and indeed Whitford has proved that point already, as has Silver. They've both moved it up a place past MLV, who's dropped down to 4th, but it is Lee who leads into turn 1. Whitford into 2nd, Silver running wide in 3rd. Will he be able to hold on? Will he be able to join him safely again? Yes, he has. Only lost the 2 places, and joins in between his MSRT teammates Vega and Omega. Reviews of Johnny challenging Vega down the inside. I think they had contact in the first race, them two, but at about this point, so they got past there this time round. But at the front, Lee heads the group. MLV back up to 3rd as they snake their way through turn 3, 4 and back down towards 5. Excuse me. And Whitford's run wide. MLV got the inside line, and I think just behind them Omega is having a look, and so is Silver. This is going to be a 4-car slipstream into turn number 8, I think it is. Yes, turn number 8, commonly known as a sweeper, as they sweep round, and oh my god, we're almost 4 wide, and there's contact. I'm not surprised there's a bit of contact. Thankfully they got away with it. Omega getting his elbows out on MLV, and Silver just behind has clipped the edge of the grass. He's gone round and collected his teammate Vega. They're both round, and at the front someone else has gone off. That's the other MSRT. That's Omega. Didn't quite see what happened to him, but he just about stopped himself well enough before collecting everyone. And wow, that kicked off quickly. Reviews of Johnny up to 3rd now, with Larnaca 666 up to 4th from the back of the grid. JRB again with another good start. He's up to 5th, just keeping his nose clean. Whitford back, well, he was 6th across the line on the first race, I think, as well. After lap 1, he's up to 6th, down to 6th. Numpty Ned being challenged by Silver, a very damaged Silver car, and gets a 7th. Numpty Ned down to 8th. Vega and Omega, unfortunately, at the back after collecting each other, but that's allowing Lee to pull away. MLV was a very lonely race last time. He come in second, but Webby's Johnny is the cork in this bottleneck at the moment, although he's actually pulling away a bit from Larnaca 666, who's got Whitford directly behind. Larnaca runs a little bit wide, and just behind them JRB has been overtaken by Silver, and he's coming under pressure from Numpty Ned now. But let's go back further forward. Whitford is going to have to hang it round the outside of the sweeper on Larnaca 666. Will he be able to do it, or will he slip back in and try and get the run down the main straight? He looks like he's going to bide his time. This is a sprint race, but it's not all won and lost on one lap, is it? Well, it's definitely lost on one lap. You can do that pretty well, but you can't win it on one lap, as Whitford is a very patient driver and a very respectful driver. He won't just punt you out of the way, as he's proven. Not that Larnaca's proven to be any slouch at the moment, as he's up in fourth, well, was up in fourth. He might concede the position now, but he's getting his elbows out. He's not giving this up without a fight. Whitford goes for the switchback, and Silver almost loses it again. JRB just behind almost as well, but they've all just about held on. And where are we? Numpty Ned, he is at the back of that group. Vega is trying to close in, as is Omega, but the gap at the front is 2 seconds. Whitford has... oh no, he's not got past Webby's Johnny. Larnaca dipping a wheel on the outside, but Johnny's gone wide, and Whitford's going to try and get a switch back here, I'd imagine, but he can't do it. Larnaca defending from Silver and holding out for now. Put up a good bit of resistance at the start of the lap and in the last, but Whitford, the man on a mission, trying to get back through the traffic. Let's go on board with the bumper. Look how close that was. He literally bump drafted him along the back straight now. And Silver has just behind got past Larnaca. So Silver up to 5th, and I don't think he's going to be able to take the second win of the night. But in fact, let's go on board with Larnaca. I feel like he'll have the best view of this. Larnaca's dropped off a bit, so we go on board with Silver. And Whitford goes for the inside, and he should get moved on the braking. Webby's Johnny's a respectful driver. He's going to give him space, and he does. Oh, Whitford using the curb a little bit, running Johnny wide. Will Johnny be able to hold on? Yes, he will, just about. But he's going to lose position. We'll have the inside line against Silver around turn 2, and that's allowing Larnaca to come back at him. Larnaca's going to be relishing this, at seeing these three fighters hard as they are. He'll be there to pick up any pieces. And Larnaca has got past Webby's Johnny as well. He's holding the outside line. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, but Johnny slips back in to 5th. Oh, Johnny's hit Silver. He's not going to be happy with that, is Silver. And I feel like Johnny should probably give that position back, in all honesty. I think he is, yeah. He's pulling over to let Silver through, so that's going to bump up JRB and Numpty Ned. Silver, imagine we give a flash of the lights. Oh, that's not on. Don't want to see that, but Johnny has let him back through. Was unfortunate, but Whitford, with all that, has managed to pull away, and Larnaca's up to 4th. But JRB hot on his heels, followed by Numpty Ned. These three going to be fighting out for the rest of the race, I'd imagine, if they all keep it on track. And in the background, Vega is near enough, caught up to the back of Johnny and Silver. At the front now is NGR very slightly pulling away from NGR MLV, who again is having another lonely race in 2nd place. Whitford pulling away in 3rd. He'll be happy to get back on the podium. But NGR is yet to finish off the podium though. He's the only driver to do that. But Larnaca is being put under threat from JRB, and JRB gets past at turn 4. And just behind, Silver is going to try and get past Numpty Ned. Ned clips the inside curb, throws him a bit off the balance, but Silver gets a better run and he should get the move done. Unless Ned wipes him up through going wide. Doesn't, just wipes out the cone. So Silver back up to 6th. He'll feel like a 4th place is well and truly on for his efforts here. I imagine the podium would have been very much on the cards had he not been caught out a couple of times. Silver on the offensive immediately. Passes one straight on to the next, and there's he's gone wide. Oh no, he's been collected again. He's over, and this time he definitely won't recover as quickly from that. Very unfortunate. JRB just lost it on the exit. Silver nowhere to go. Collected by JRB. Over went Silver, and now he's down to 8th. Numpty Ned up to 5th. 4th last week in the feature race, 6th from the sprint. This could be his best sprint race finish. And Omega now on the back of JRB. How much work does he make of him? Looks for the inside at turn 2. JRB will hold the outside line. Don't think he's going to keep it there though, as Omega gets past. Further forward though. The battle is okay, it's status quo for now. Let's just jump back to this as JRB holds the inside. He's managed to hold the inside for turn 3, so well played there. Side by side for 2 corners, 3 corners now. Omega with the inside line. Oh, a little bit of contact and he's almost round, is he? Yes, slightly. JRB not quite giving enough room in my opinion there. Slightly turned in, Omega falls so back, but before that it was excellent side-by-side action. Johnny up to 6th because of Silver and JRB's incident. Vega up to 7th. There's a 2 red and black machine is just ahead of Johnny that is catching the eye at the moment. Numpty Ned on Larnaca 666, a battle for 4th. Numpty Ned knows what it's like to fight for 4th, as he did that last week. Larnaca on debut, still feeling his way into the lead, but Johnny with an excellent run through turn 1. He's going to go all the way around the outside of Numpty Ned. He's going to have the inside line for turn 2, but I think that's the move done. Let's just see if he's got past. Yes, he has confirmed that pass. Johnny up to 5th, finished there twice this season already, and it is his best result. So will he be able to bump Larnaca down 1 more place to better get his best result of the season? And Omega's in the pits for some reason. Maybe he spun into the pits, I'm not sure. Vega is not too far behind, so if these boys keep at it, Vega might be on the back of them very quickly. Let's go on board in there. You'll have the best view of this battle. Let's go on the bumper. See how bumpy this track is. Very easy to lose traction. As I said earlier, there's no assist on this league. They're realistic for the cars and the period. But these cars do give great racing, as we've seen all last season and this season. But through the sweeper. Now towards turn 9, the final corner, and a good bit of camber on the inside of this, and just ahead Larnaca and Johnny bumping doors, and that's going to allow Ned a good run. Will they go 3 abreast? Go on Ned, where's he going to go? Is he going to go for the middle? It's not really there. It might be better off backing out. He has. Well played. That was definitely the right decision, but there's still door bumping. No, don't do it Ned, don't do it. He backed out just wisely in my opinion. The other 2 managed to get through turn 1 just about, but they're still side by side. Johnny with the inside, Larnaca with the outside, and again these doors are going to have many bumps and scratches on them at the end of this, but they're still on track, and Johnny has made the position stick for now. But now Ned is trying to get past Larnaca 666. He's going to have the inside line, and just behind, as I mentioned, Vega is there. Oh, a little bit of contact. Who was that now? Is Ned, a little bit of contact sideways and lost a position or 2. Now Vega is on the attack of Larnaca. Will he be able to do anything? Move himself up to 5th after Unfortunate collision on lap 1 or 2. Ooh, sideways down the hill from Vega. Just about controlled, but at the front Lee has pulled a massive gap, 7 seconds to MLV. Whitford in third. Johnny, as we just seen, moved himself up to 4th. Larnaca in 5th, but in very close company with Vega. Silver has got past Ned, so Ned obviously had another moment shortly after we left him last. JRB is down in 9th, and I think the other MSR driver, where we got Omega, has retired from the race after we saw him in the pits. But just over a minute and a half left, so there'll be one more lap after this, as NGR Lee's at turn 4 already, and we're doing a 1:36 lap. He was 1:37. But this is where the battle is at the moment. It is for 4th, 5th and 6th between Webius and Johnny, Larnaca 666 and MSRT Vega 19. Two newcomers to the championship in this battle. Webius and Johnny is the experienced driver of the three in this championship, even though he only joined towards the end of last season. But Larnaca taking a lot of curb there and actually hindered him. Vega was unfortunately not in a position to make the most of it, but I dare say he's going to have a little bit of a look now as they head down the hill. He's got side by side. Larnaca gives him space. Oh, just about a car's width of space on the outside there, and Vega had to back out. Well, felt he had to back out. I might have just been able to hold it there if he could, if he wanted to, but thought discretion was the better part of valour there, and falls back in to fight another day. Another lap to go, and Jarlee's just starting that final lap of the race. A healthy 9-second gap to MGR MLV. Whitford 0 will not be leading the championship after tonight. I imagine he'll be second. Webius and Johnny fighting for a best finish of 4th. Larnaca and Davey is currently in 5th. Vega really pushing them hard though, and Silver, very disappointing race for him. Unfortunately couldn't really do much about the entire race he had. Wiped out a few times, some more obvious than others. Numpty Ned had a good bit of a battle at the front, was in 5th place, fighting for 4th for quite a while, but fortunately last lap, or 2 laps ago, just had a couple of moments, including a bit of a tag. And JRB WD66 is last, but again enjoying the battle while it lasted. Meanwhile, down the back straight, NJR is going to move himself onto 3 victories for the season. His 7th victory in the Escorts, and he's going to take the lead of the championship for the first time in the Escorts. Oh, who's that? Silver has got it all wrong at turn 4, and he's lost the position to Numpty Ned. But NJR Lee going to move to the top of the tree for the first time in his Escorts career. Can't believe that, considering he's got the most wins out of everyone. But there we go, NJR Lee takes the win. Round 6 at Willow Springs. MLV will come home in 2nd again, his 4th podium of the season, his 3rd second place. And Whitford will follow him across the line to take his 5th podium of the season. Web user Johnny though, going to come across the line in 4th for his best ever result in the Escorts, improving on his 5th. Larnaca pushes him hard on debut into 5th place. He'll be pleased with that. Vega, I feel like he's a bit peeved off that he's only in 6th, but had a good comeback run after the early off. Numpty Ned into 7th, and JRB WD66 will take 8th. Fortunately for Vega, he has for Silver even, he looks like he binned it on the final corner as well, and he will come across the line for 9th to gain a couple of points. An unfortunate race for him, but sometimes it goes that way. There we go, only 9 finishes again, but at least the attendance was better this week, so it's good, looking better for the future of the league, as we only had 7 the week last week. But there we go, there is the final classification. NGLE taking the win. MLV second. Whitford 0 in third. And who got the fastest lap? It was NGLE taking his second maximum of the season. Got a maximum last time out in the sprint race at Sonoma as well. His fourth maximum of the Escorts. And there we go. There's the final results. Next week we're at Sugo. We've got the top 5 in the championship being reversed, so join us for that, although I'm not sure if I'll be here. Hopefully I will, but it's looking tasty for next week. Sugo, another great track from last season, so please do join us if you can, and if I can as well. But thanks very much everyone for watching, and we'll see you as soon as we can.